Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this new episode of our South Africa series. In our previous episode, we visited the magnificent Table Mountain and enjoyed the breathtaking views from the top, kayaked in the ocean, and explored the V&A waterfront. Before we jump onto this episode, let me give you a quick synopsis of our roadmap of our South Africa trip. As you know, we had landed in the legislative capital of South Africa, Cape Town, and spent a couple of days exploring this beautiful city. From here, we hired a car and started our epic road trip exploring and enjoying the southwest coast, starting from suburb towns like Hout Bay and then going across Cape of Good Hope to a small fishing town, Simonstown, to see the colony of African penguins. Later, we stayed at Hermanus and experienced our very first whale sighting. We continued driving on the coast, pit stopping at Wilderness and then all the way to Port Elizabeth, marking the first half of our holiday. The second half would take us inland to explore the lowlands of South Africa by taking a flight to Nelspruit. From here, enjoying our road trip into the Kruger National Park. As we traveled from south of the park to the north, we ended our holiday by visiting Pretoria and spent the last few days at Johannesburg before flying back to India. I have posted the link of our South African playlist in the description if you want to see our journey so far. Now, back to the episode. Our stay in Cape Town was most comfortable at Studio 44. And we highly recommend it to anyone visiting Cape Town. After spending 3 amazing days in Cape Town, it was hard to say goodbye to this beautiful city. We waved our goodbyes to the mighty Table Mountain and hoped to come back again one day. Driving to another country was a different experience. I was a bit nervous, very alert, but mostly excited. The Great 12 Apostles Peak on the left and the vast coastline on the right made this a beautiful drive. We were all set for our next spot, which was the suburban town of Hout Bay. And our agenda for the day was to snorkel with seals around Doykin Island with a team of Animal Ocean. It's a one-of-a-kind activity and we had been eagerly waiting to do it. A bit of safety instructions, a bit of suiting up, and we were ready to go.
Pushed all my fat into the sea.
It was our first time snorkeling, and that too with seals. We really didn't know what to expect. The rubber suits were thick to insulate our body from the freezing water. They were extremely difficult to pull on in the beginning. On the boat, we were accompanied by the skipper, Alan, who briefed us about the conditions of the sea and the safety instructions on board. There were 2 guides and 1 lifeguard as well. The team at Animal Ocean makes sure each participant has enough guidance and has no unsafe encounters. Seals are wild after all, however cute they look. Once near Dunking Island, the guides and the lifeguard gave us more details on Cape fur seals and their colonies. We also spotted a lone male elephant seal. Locals have named it Buffy, and he had separated from his family at birth. Our guide informed us that elephant seals can be underwater for around 2 hours, and compared to the seals who can only be underwater for 7 minutes. He moves between various beaches on this part of the coast and tries to bully much smaller Cape seals.
Oh yeah,
Where?
Oh, see in the water. You can see one thing coming towards
Oh
us.
yeah, this one.
We were really lucky to spot him here. It was time to put on our snorkeling gear and jump into the icy cold waters of the Atlantic and swim with the seals. Well, things did go exactly as planned. We did suit up and put on a headgear and we finally jumped into the water. But the moment we did, we were pulled back up onto the boat by the team. And to top it all, our GoPro went onto the time lapse mode instead of video while trying to record our experience. We did read somewhere that November being the mating season, male seals can get territorial and sometimes nip innocent snorkelers to ward them off their territory. When we shared our concerns, the team stated quite confidently that it hardly ever happens, and if it did, they make sure that the snorkelers are safe. It did happen. One of our guides did get nipped, and as promised, they did manage to get everyone out of the water. Thankfully, the suits were thick and no major harm was done. In retrospect, we did overcome our fear of jumping into the sea during this trip, and now at least we can say that we took a dip in the freezing Atlantic Ocean. Hot chocolate and some delicious cookies lightened the mood and kept us warm after the freezing dive. After putting a lot of thought into it, the team came up to a decision that it would not be safe to go back into the water, even though it was an unusual incident. Soon we were back at the pier. We were a bit sad not getting up close to the seals, but things like this are a part of the experience when dealing with wildlife. The team at Seal Snorkeling offered a complete refund, but we did not feel right to take it, as the team had put all the efforts as promised, but nature and wildlife is unpredictable. We stayed at Brightwater's homestay during a short time in town. Well located and extremely homely, this place is very tastefully designed and decorated.
Wow. So bright.
Alex and his team made sure that we felt very welcomed. And we did. We highly recommend staying here.
Dal chawal.
All that swimming and struggling had left us exhausted. A quick lunch, followed by a hot water bath, and we were ready for a long nap.
So we had a good grocery store experience. We went to Spar. We did a lot of snack shopping
Yes.
for the road trip
That's pretty cool.
tomorrow. Yeah, I mean loaded for all the knickknacks. So pretty, no?
It's beautiful. That's Chapman Peak right there. And this is Sentinel's Peak. It's so beautiful.
We went seal snorkeling around it.
Yeah.
See this curve you can see that island is on the other side of that curve, that valley, and that's the Hout Bay village. This is also Hout Bay village, like extension. This is
All the
beach.
way. We have a beautiful beach here. Look at the color of the water, no? So nice. Let me try zooming in and see these dogs having fun. And we are at a bend here, parked our car safely
From
and enjoying the sunset.
From here, Chapman Peak Drive starts. That's the road we're going to take tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
Flying. So you see these cannons? They're all pointing outside because this is Hout Bay itself is kind of a cove. You see mountains behind me, and it's like a curved thing, and you have mountains this side. Okay, so this is the opening to the cove, and this is one end to the cove, and this is the gap. So all these cannons are facing towards the gap, so that if any ship tries to come in, it's going to get blasted. Of course, they're inactive now, but that was the purpose of these cannons there, to protect Hout Bay, which was actually a thriving manganese mine. You can see the structure is still there. It's all stopped now, but it used to be quite active and quite productive and profitable at one point.
Very hot.
And now we are on our way. We are going to Cape of Good Hope after stopping at multiple places for boarding. Bye bye, Hout Bay. It was lovely seeing you. Chapman Peak Drive. Here we come. Toll for Chapman Peak Drive. Along this drive, they've given so many of these places where you can just offset your car, stand there, enjoy your view, then drive ahead, so that even the driver can, enjoy where he's driving rather than only driving and looking straight. Hout Bay, where we're staying. Come on this way up. Now this is the Chapman Peak Pass. And this is that gate that we just passed. That is the beginning of Table Mountain National Park. This side of it, basically. It extends from the Table Mountain, and it's all the way till Cape of Good Hope. So, Sunny, how are you feeling driving on these roads?
So nice. The roads are so good. So much space around.
And whenever you feel like it, you can actually
Stop. Yeah.
stop, park, and enjoy the view.
The famous Chapman Peak drive was magnificent. Thankfully, the weather was superb and it was complementing the postcard perfect scenes.
Want to stop there? Still a long way to go to Cape of Good Hope. And you see that misty area? That's the misty cliffs. The waves hit it so hard that the wave turned into mist. This is the only curve in the whole drive where a lot of mist and the waves are quite close to the road. Yeah, but pretty as ever. Lot of vegetation here near the beach and a lot of small birds. So Sunny is quite busy. All throughout the route there are a lot of cafes, restaurants, also Sand Parks has their stays, rooms, overnight staying, you can do that. The bookings are through their website. It's very ostrich. It's an ostrich farm.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
You too.
There's a map inside in the brochure.
Okay.
That tells you exactly what is happening inside the form.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Picnic.
Time.
There's given boiled eggs also.
Oh, good.
So
Nice.
what do we have here? Thank you, Alex. What?
Banana cake.
bread.
Yeah, bread. Yeah.
we came across a large troop of baboons. We stopped at the side of the road and let them pass. We spotted a ranger following this group far behind in order to track them and to check their safety. This road is often taken by unruly tourist buses, which can cause harm. As they came closer, one of the adults climbed on the top of our car from the front and jumped off from the back. Unfortunately, we were too stunned to record it. We had finally reached the nature reserve. Varnika was feeling a bit under the weather, so we decided to take the funicular up to the top and walk back down.
We take the funicular up our return walk. Hello, sir. Do you know where is the way to the funicular? That way? Alright.
169, so if you cash for
Cash 100.
Thank you.
We navigated our way up to the top till the new lighthouse against the strong winds. The sound of the wind blowing in our ears was not really soothing, but the view from up there was breathtaking. Truly magical, right? We spent a lot of time here staring into the endless ocean and at times trying to look for whales.
It's the Atlantic Ocean. This is the parking where car is parked there.
You can see the road from where we came. Jaws was spinning.
a different one, no? Yellow.
Yeah, looking back.
So, what did you feel about this place?
Speechless. It is so beautiful.
The videos and photos actually don't do justice to the.
Yeah. We try to capture as much, but the scale of this whole place, looking at the waves down, so tiny.
And the
Shows how
color
big
of the
this is.
color of the water also.
Yeah, the water is so blue. Aqua.
Yeah, the real aqua color.
Best thing about this country is that it's always waiting to surprise you with its treasures. While we walked down chatting away, we spotted a family of elangs, the largest antelope species. Spotting these beautiful creatures against the blue ocean is one of the best memories of this trip.
What's the menu?
This is called a
Club baguette.
club baguette. It has bacon, it has chicken, it has mayo, it has lots of veggies. See tomato also.
And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking. Oh, that. Okay, I can't see that.
Okay, looks dangerous.
Nice. Good.
And I have a sore throat, so I am having hot chocolate and club baguette. And this is the shopping area. And next to it here is the. That bird tried to get my baguette. That is a cheaper place to eat, restaurant, budget, and this is a very, very expensive place to eat. So, however your wallet is, accordingly choose. Thief bird. Where we were, that is Cape Point, but now we are heading towards Cape of Good Hope. It's just a bit earlier than Cape Point, like some meters. And this natural reserve, I mean, you can walk and just get out of your car if you see a bird or something and just click a picture, because we saw people cycling and hiking and all that, so I'm pretty sure they're okay. It's okay if you just walk around. You just have to be careful because there are wild animals around, like zebras and baboons.
We had always dreamt of coming to this place. The thought of driving into the vast wilderness is a great feeling.
They're feeding you. No,
No, it's not.
they are outside and he's looking at the car.
This part of the reserve is home to ostriches too, the largest bird on earth. We saw one of them at the side of the road, looking at its reflection through the window of a parked car where the passengers were stuck outside. It was a funny moment. This curious male approached our vehicle. The only option we had was to stay calm as it passed and found its way back to the bush.
It has to pass.
They definitely look like modern era dinosaurs.
On hai na gaadi?
Yes.
Thank God.
It's important to have a bit of knowledge about these beautiful birds and animals, and maintaining a safe distance from them and respecting their space is very important for coexistence. There are many beaches and detours within the reserve to explore and do some coastal birding.
So you see this path? It's coming from the parking lot of Cape Point. So it's a nice walk. You should not try to do it from here because it's a really steep height. But from the parking of Cape Point to here, that's an amazing walk.
We took a little detour to a circular road which took us to a secluded region away from the main road. It was quiet and peaceful. The only sounds we could hear was the wind blowing across the vast landscape. We were lost in the beauty of this place. And to our surprise, we also saw a pair of mountain zebras which looked spectacular on the bed of Fimbos. Another rare sighting was this Wontepok, a type of antelope which is found around Fimbos vegetations in South Africa. It's listed as endangered, so lucky us. We recommend to spend the whole day here. We had to drive till Simonstown and wanted to avoid mountain driving in the dark.
And see the mist on Falls Bay? That's the dangerous mist which used to result in lots and lots of shipwrecks. Of course, Cape of Good Hope was called Cape of Storms because of multitude of storms there, but this mist was the reason that those storms used to be fatal, because first of all the sailors will not have any control on the ship, and when they do think that they have control, they are going to go into this mist thinking that there is sea ahead, but actually there is land.
Yeah,
And
like a
there's-
magnet pulling.
Yeah, and there's shallow seas, so they would get stuck there and would not be able to come out. reached it finally. Boulder Beach Hotel. It's one of the oldest hotels in this town. And when you come in, you do feel that it's the oldest. This is the route to Boulder Beach. It's open till 6:30. So question of the hour is there a penguin under Yorka? That's our hotel. And then it's the penguin colony. You can see those black dots on the rocks. They're going there. They've grown these plants specially actually, so the penguins get a nice hiding space to nest. And you see these pits? They're being used as nests. You see all the feathers and stink is there, so yeah, I'm sure they're in use.
Penguins live in large colonies, and these African penguins are no different. African penguins are known by many names, but one of which got stuck was jackass penguins. It's easy to guess why. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I think I prefer calling them tuxedo penguins because of their black and white suit.
So again, we're going to see African penguins. So right now I think we've seen this phase and this phase and this phase. These three phases.
Yeah.
We saw on the way. Now the boardwalk. So they're really tiny. Everything is so empty and it is so nice because then we can peacefully look at these penguins, peacefully look at other birds, enjoy the ocean.
These species are listed as endangered, with a global population of just around 18,500 pairs, out of which 13,000 plus are in South Africa, and the rest in Namibia. We fortunately entered the park at the best time. We were staying very close to this park, so we could enter just an hour before closing time. This meant that day trippers were gone and we had the penguins all to ourselves. These wandering funny creatures are ever so entertaining. We could watch them for hours. One dozing, another tumbling over the other, while a few lazy souls beach bumming. But the best moment was watching them surfing the waves like a pro. Some experienced elders were teaching young ones to swim. It It was a treat to see them enjoying themselves on this enclosed, safe beach.
The wave is just throwing their flag. They are going to come with us. So people go to that beach and then they try to swim with the penguins and everything.
Exciting as it sounds, some visitors may not respect the space these wild penguins need, discomforting them. There is a reason why these penguins need conservation. We do not encourage going close to African penguins. In our upcoming episodes, we explore this beautiful town of Hermanus and enjoy our first whale watching experience and also our first pelagic birding tour. Thank you for watching.